Market update time. Let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader. Emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Hey traders, I've just recorded the video walking you through the top 13 biggest mistakes that most traders make in the markets. As you know, that the mistakes that you're actually making in the markets right now is actually killing your chances of being successful. So click on the box above that says top 13 mistakes to get access to this now. Hey traders, let me share with you what I see. I was actually watching the Dow Jones or the S&P and the Nasdaq and stuff like that, and I was noticing that looking at the markets, looking at the markets and looking at this here, I can see that you can see what happened just recently, right? We came down and we're still at that sort of level through there, and see what happened here today. We came down, we came back up, and we closed lower there. Now let me bring up the candlestick chart, because I think sometimes the candlesticks can show you what I'm trying to show you here a bit better. Let me bring this down here. So as you can see, we have a big run up, we have a big run down, but we come down and we actually hold this level through here. And interesting, we have the jobs report tomorrow. So I say we just shoot straight off out of here. Again, if I bring up my trend line, you can see that what I've done there, guys, is I've just connected this low point here, that low point there, and then we have this low point here, as you can see, right? Low, runs up, comes back down, and finds this low through here. So I would say, guys, and looking at this short term, as well too, you can see this whole level through here, guys, is indeed, this whole resistance is now becoming support right at this trend line, right at the jobs report tomorrow. So I say, guys, we shoot up, and we have a nice good update tomorrow coming into the markets. There's nothing that's on this chart that's saying that there's going to be. What am I trying to say, man? It's been a big week. I spent like 2 hours this morning trading myself. Man, it's intense, isn't it? I tell you what, guys, before I continue, I must say, guys, if you're going to trade, make sure that you are 100% focused on what you're doing. It's, and that's where like some people that trade for like 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 hours a day, you have to give yourself breaks, right? Because you've got to be mentally on the ball. When you're trading, and like this morning, I was trading for 2 hours. I basically did a lot of research for an hour or so, and then I took a 20-minute break, and then I came back and then traded the last 40 minutes. But guys, you have to be mentally, like, nothing else can be on your mind if you're looking at the markets. All right, just nothing else. You need to treat this as the most important thing that you ever going to do. And when you trade the markets, clear your mind. So when I'm trading the markets, guys, I have nothing else on my mind apart from what's going on with this chart right now. And that may be hard for the starters, guys, but I found more and more that I train myself, like, what's really going on with these charts and what's really happening. The better trader you'll be. Become absolutely clear and absolutely 100% focused on that chart. Everything else can wait till after the market's closed. So yeah, guys, I just want to tell you that, guys, because sometimes I find a lot of us, we don't focus, and I just, like, the reason I'm saying that is because I feel like I've just been through the wars because because I was just going through so many charts this morning. I think I went through probably at least, and I do this pretty much every day, probably at least 200-300 stocks this morning, of my scans, my watch list, and I got out of a few trades today, and I'm ready to go. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you are trading, guys, don't make it this side thing, and don't have these other things. Don't have Facebook going and Twitter going and all that sort of stuff. Sometimes I may have YouTube going in the background, as in like music, and stuff like that. But the rest of the time, guys, be 100% focused on what you're doing with these markets, because the better you can get at this, the more your freedom you're going to have, the more that's going to pay you dividends for the rest of your life. It makes sense? So be committed to it. So S&P come down. It's actually broken below this support now, but we had a little come down, had a little close higher. So I'm expecting to see a little bounce off out of this, guys. Again, as you can see, right, it's just had a nice run up, a nice pullback. I'm expecting a nice run, especially with the whole jobs report announcement coming out. In fact, if I just let me just redo this trend line. If you can see, we have this bottom point through here. So that's the absolute bottom point, and then we have that point through there. And isn't that interesting? Look at that. Maybe it's a little bit lower, but I've got the low point through there. I've connected all those low points through there, and maybe it's just a little bit lower, but through there. But you can see, guys, right? You can see how it bounced. We came all the way down. We bounced off this line here. So the S&P and the Dow Jones are both at levels of support. I'm expecting a bounce tomorrow, guys. I'm expecting a nice update tomorrow in the market. Same for the Nasdaq. Look at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq's come straight down and it's holding strong on this level through here. And then I'm expecting a nice rise out of this market. Now, again, guys, that doesn't mean it's going to happen. I'm not going to trade based on that. If that does happen, I'll be a happy camper because I have a lot of bullish trades right now. But I think that's what's going to happen. I think we have a lot more upside to go when it comes to the markets. So yeah, just a nice slow pullback. There hasn't been any sharp pullback, and that's when you know, guys, that something else is not right. It's when you get a sharp pullback. So if you get a nice run and then a nice slow pullback and then a nice run and then a nice slow pullback, that's just gearing up to getting ready for another run. Now, that's not always the case, but majority of the time, that's what happens. Let's go have a look at so the VIX is going for a little bit more. Nothing with that there. Same for what's happening here on the, let's actually just delete everything off the screen now here. They've got 12 trend lines here. Let me delete everything off the screen. And again, guys, what do? You can disappear on me. There we go. So we go from the start here, right? And we draw it up and we go from the bottom there. So the start point there, support. Where we are right now, bam, right on the support level. We've had a nice slow pullback. I'm expecting, bam, we have a nice rally out moving forward this afternoon. Moving forward into the last trading day of this week, as you can see, right? So they're all coming to levels of support when it comes to these markets, and same for the Russell 2000 as well, and obviously that's the DIA, which as we've seen before, right? If I bring up my trend line from there to there, it's not at that support level yet, is it? So nothing on the DIA, but the Dow Jones, as you can see, we had a nice little bounce there. Nice little out of level support. So, guys, I'm expecting a rise tomorrow out of this market. Yeah, we will just see what happens, guys. But you know, you can see by reading these markets and reading these charts the way that I'm reading them right now and showing you. Let me just delete that off the screen. There's so many trend lines on this chart. Let me just get some off there. Let me just. And as you can see, guys, I try to keep my chart quite clean. Try to keep it quite clean overall. So, and then that's the other trend line through there as well too. So even if we get like a little bit more downward movement, guys, we have a big major trend line, short-term trend line. We have a bit of support here. The gap has definitely been filled. As you guys know, when we did have the gap, I was saying that we generally get the gap filled, and that's what's been happening now lately. It's come down here. Again, I'm expecting. There's so many people out there that are fearful of this market dropping, and that's the reason why I think it's going to keep going up. So there we go, guys. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Hey, thanks for watching. If you'd like to get more free education about trading, then click on the box that says free trading course. This is a free trading course. It goes for around 12 hours long. It's about 12 videos long. Covers everything from chart reading, mindset, trading systems, money management, trade management, everything you need to get yourself ahead in the markets. And if you'd like to get my help personally, then click on the box that says get John's help, and you'll be able to see how you can get my help personally. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. And remember, success can be yours if you go claim it. So step up, take massive action, and face your fears today.